It's new Hololive music time, folks, and I'm really excited about this. We haven't done a Hololive one for a little bit of time now, and I've been really enjoying just like kind of Hololive content in my chill out time as well. Really enjoyed a lot of the music I've heard. You know, things like Dai 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 Fantasta by Sakura Miko was brilliant. Obviously, Hoshimachi Suisei. Really enjoyed that rock track by Fubuki recently. And you know what? A big shout out as well to Yiv in my community, who has been, every time I mention about a character who makes me laugh or whose content I've been enjoying, sends me out little things. I'm getting stuff like this, which, by the way, one of the best music videos of the year. That's like when I do the end of year awards, that is very much pushing forward. And of course, sometimes I just like good quality brain rot as well. So big thanks to Yiv, who's been sending me out little bits of merch and stuff as well. But yeah, I've been really enjoying it. And one of the funny things is, I've been looking for artists whose music I haven't really heard to try and expand what I listen to from the whole, well, the massive pool of Hololive talent. And it had been mentioned to me before to listen to Marine's music. And then she has this new song, comes out today. What do I know about it? Very little. Suki Diesuki. It doesn't say Diesuki. Diesuki. So AyeShiteru. And even I is not spelled as AyeShiteru. It's spelled as A. I think this is the pirate reference. There's a lot of stuff in here that I'm probably not going to get because I've got to be honest, I'm not super familiar with a lot of Marine's content, but of course I know she is a long-standing member of the kind of fraternity of Hololive talents. So I'm really interested to check this out. I think my only reference for her musically is I did have one of our Discord members was in Japan a couple of months ago, and we were talking about this, and he showed me the video of the dance that she did that apparently in the early part of her career got her quite famous for her inability to dance. Poor girl. Anyway, I say it was better than I could dance. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm really looking forward to this, especially because this is apparently, well, it says right on the screen, Dance in Marine. So I have no idea whether this is going to go in a comical direction I would expect, and plus just the pure number of skulls. I have no idea what to expect. I know very little about Marine's music. I know a little bit about her character, but obviously I know it's coming. Oh, it's coming from Hololive, so it's going to be something pretty insane. I'm sure about that. Or just something really good. It could just be like Suisei levels. Who knows what's going to happen? Let's find out. We've got 4.5 minutes of entertainment ahead. I'm going to press play, jump in. I have literally no idea what to expect.
男子マリンもっとマリン愛して
Jazzy. It says one thing on the screen, it shows me another thing on the screen.
死んじゃったらご出所あの世でピースでも存外楽しい地獄でピースピースピースもうくよくよしないでほら高い高いあやしてあげる
Both funky and playful. Okay. The kind of jazzy, the jazzy funky vibes give me a bit of a Sheena Ringo kind of vibe at the moment. 君たちと踊る踊る無限にハッピーハッピーエビバディそれっていいじゃない愛したいし誰からも愛されたいのってよくないのいけないのありがたる口からも許してね It's very funky, isn't it?
感動しました泣けました地獄最高
There's a little bit of playing on the fans here, I feel. Let's see if we get some lyrics up.
待ってどうせこの世なんて待って港の一つねえ待って共に過ぎてくだけなのね待ってって言ってんでしょ至ってノリノリキュートがこうして減らしたマリンの根拠なく無敵なたぎらせボディをこっそり蘇生中なんて正義なシチュチュ嵐かかみたいに窓を叩くからカラードル
There's so much thematically going on in the song and the lyrics right now. It's a lot to take in on one listen. That's a dark turn. かごってパラダイスみんな好き好き何もかも手に So I see now why it was Diesuki spelled as actually as die. Oh, okay, where are we going from here? Oh, is that the end? We're getting credits at this point. This is a lot to take in. It does sound like a sea shanty, which is a nice reference. It's got this weirdly charming kind of sea shanty vibe that is like creeping in underneath this funky pop song. Oh my god, there's a lot of references in this that I don't think I'm getting. I'm gonna have to read the comments to get a lot of this. I have to read the comments to get the funkiness. Oh, I love that rising. That little brass line in the background, that's nice how that sort of like played underneath the chorus. You got this sort of funky kind of fun chorus, but at the end there's this slightly creeping dark tone. I really like that. I thought it was a nice little choice to put that in there. Really sort of helped wrap up the last chorus. That, do you know what? For a song that kicked off, there was kind of like that reference to like the Michael Jackson Thriller thing going on with the zombie imagery. And it was playing as sort of just being kind of funky at first. And we got to about halfway and I thought, oh, the song's just going to wrap up at this point. It was like showing me credits and things. I thought, oh, okay, that's the end. Oh, okay, if that's it, it's a funky little song. It really did do a lot to wrap up this song in a nice bow in the second half, though. That breakdown, the way it sort of comes back with a slightly sea shanty vibe, and you get kind of a bit rhythmic, and you got some of the sound effects in the background, and of course you've got the music box, which is a little bit creepy, kind of doing the little blinky plonky melody, but you've also got some other sounds in there. I wish I could picked up on all of them, but there was some slightly traditional folky kind of instruments that were creeping in at various little points. The brass was creeping in, and there was just this slightly, for a song that was quite funky, it had a slightly old-timey sea shanty vibe, ever so delicately woven in between the sounds. And that added to the atmosphere that, again, was coming across a lot in the somewhat bombastic video. But it had built up. That we had that breakdown, and it really started to build back up again. And as it built back up, we were building up towards that last chorus, which was really good. It became very catchy, kind of like a proper last chorus crescendo should do. It took everything we'd heard before and used it to provide a perfect ending that caps off the song beautifully. Big sing-along ending. Definitely, if you're not singing along, you're dancing along. The lyrics, though, straight from the not R.I.P., the constant references between the option of like having everything or just dying. This is basically the anime version of 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying. There's an image you didn't think you'd be imagining today. Oh my god. And it's like, yeah, it's really over the top, but clearly there's this dark undertone which permeates through the whole song in a fun way. But yeah, so this is the point where the sort of song really takes a bit of a left turn at this point. And I get the feeling as well with the other girl that appears in the video, which I'm assuming kind of like the recent Gorgora video, it's kind of like an alter of her. It's maybe just another version of her, like her character versus her person or something like that. And then you see the little brief clip of her as a baby. And there's a few things like that which I couldn't quite put together narratively. And I think you have to probably know a bit about her character and stuff, because I know they're weaving a lot of character stuff into these videos a lot of the time. I mean, if it's anything like anything like the Mikorone song, which seriously, the amount of references, even to stuff that I didn't know anything about and found out about subsequently, that video is, every frame is packed full of references. So I can only imagine that this video probably is also throwing a lot of referential material at that, you know, diehard fans are going to get a lot more from than I am. And there's probably stuff in the lyrics as well that I'm not getting. I'm getting like the little pirate references. I'm getting the slightly dark tone. I'm getting those kind of things, but I'm sure there's a lot in here I'm not getting. But I really thought that this little left turn in the middle of the song, this is the bit where it went from just being a good funky song to being a really cool arrangement. So if we just listen about the way it changes. Get that little bell. Get a key change. And the whole mood changes. Even though it's kind of maintaining a tempo, the rhythm's very different. And that melody. The way it skips along and it has that final cadence. And then bursts back into the pop here. But again here, it bursts back into it and it's kind of kept that playful skipping vibe. And the atmosphere is building up just because of those little moments that add a little bit of a dark undertone, but not in just like a cheap way. It's not just like throwing an, oh, let's have a music box in there and everything sounds dark and evil now. It's like, it's genuinely in that little moment, it builds up a little bit of tension. It builds up a little bit of mystery that really permeates the last half of the song. And you feel it right down till you get to that last chorus. And again, that descending, I think it's the brass line in the background. Just catch it this point. That's a great chorus. And those cool and answer bits as well. It's very subtle, but it's there you go. Those little subtle descending lines. So the whole song's kind of got this hopeful feel, but there's those little subtle descending lines in the background. Just underneath it all, it really kind of adds this sort of cool dramatic tension. It's a very simple technique, but I just love how there's these little juxtapositions between this funkiness, this kind of modern Suisei-esque funky pop song, these clever little dark atmospheric sounds, and also these slightly creepy descending lines in the background. I love it. I think this is a really great way to write a pop song. As I mentioned, if it had ended at that early point before it took that left turn, I would have thought this was cool. But with the whole way that it reinvigorated itself in the second half, added a bit more atmosphere, added a little bit more darkness to it, but at the same time still went out on a banging final chorus. This to me was a really great example of how to do a song that's filled with personality, atmosphere, and still is a rip-roaring good quality pop song. I really enjoyed this. Also, I haven't mentioned much about Marine herself. I think her voice definitely, she's got that voice actor voice where whatever she's doing, you can just hear like a bit of personality and characters just oozing out in the whole way she delivers and the whole way she sort of speaks and sings. But she also sounded very musical. I think she had a really good ability to like bounce over the beat. She had a very good sharp delivery that allowed her to really move with the rhythm, especially in those slightly more that middle section that I mentioned where it gets a little bit rhythmic and a bit sea shanty and a little bit more like a swing rhythm. Her voice just really bounced over that beat beautifully. Great stuff. Yeah, I can't really say much against this. I would definitely come back and listen to it. I think it's a ton of fun. Yeah, all the things said above. So anyway, get in the comments. Tell me what you think. This is another banger. I'm actually genuine. I did first of all get into Hololive through the music before anything else. It was the music that really drew me in. Again, Yiv playing these in my Twitch weekly streams. And that brought me into it. And it still is the music that astounds me most of all. Just how good a lot of the songs that come out of the whole Hololive stable really are. They have some fantastic writers that they work with. Taku Inoue. Has TK worked with them? I think TK worked with them. People like Deco 27 and all that. So yeah, there's a lot of great talent involved in this kind of stuff. But this was fantastic. Get in the comments. Tell me what you think. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now, ciao ciao.